Hello everyone. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video. This video demonstrates the understanding and application of curve widening in open roads as per the IRC standards. So let us go to open roads workflow under corridor tab, edit category, edit, select the create curve widening. So before we proceed in applying the curve widening to the corridor, let us know what all are the files, widen files been available as per the IRC. So for that, under this create widening tool dialog box, under this widening table tab, I'll just browse this. So this gives me all the list of the standards widening files that can be used in order to assign to the corridor. So it has various 2 lanes, 3 lanes, 4 lanes, 6 lanes, hill roads and single lane curve widening as per the ISC 38 1988. So in Open Road Designer, curve widening is assigned using this type of file format, that is WID file format. In order to view what are the values being assigned in this, any of the standards being created here, you could just go right click and open with any text editor, which has the table for the radius, widening of the inner and the outer curve, length of the transition for the inner and the outer curve. So this represents the 2 lane and the ISC 38 1988. In the similar way, you could view the rest of the WID files using the text editor. So let us go ahead and select for the 2 lane curve widening and click open. So now let us proceed in assigning the widening file to the corridor. So it is asking me to locate the corridor. I would locate this corridor. Now it is asking me to locate the start and the end chainage. I want to apply the curve widening only at this portion of the curve. So I'll just choose the start and end and give the name as LHS widening. Accept it. Now it is asking me to locate the point. So I would choose my edge of the pavement to be widened. So here the complex element of EOP left side, I'll select that. The percentage of transition on tangent, say let us take 67%. Use spiral length for the transition. If I take this as yes, so whatever the spiral length is being provided along the alignment, it will consider that for the transition of the widening portion. If it is given as no, whatever the length values are being present from the WID files, it takes those values. So let us proceed in considering the spiral lengths as per the alignment created. Proceed at this. So the moment now I accept this file, you could see the changes as in 2D view as well as in 3D view. I'll just accept it. The moment I accept this, you could see the widening being created over here. You could also see the same in your 2D view. So once this curve widening is being applied and corridor is processed, the results can be seen in this corridor graphics. That is, the brown dotted line is your actual width of the pavement and your gray color line is your widened portion. And it is tapering from the start of your spiral length, attaining to your full widened width at the start of the curve in the similar way. The results can be also seen in the Explorer. Under Open Roads model, under the corridor tabs, under the corridor name what is being assigned, under this you have a curve widening been created where I have given the name of the widening name as LHS widening. It shows from what chainage to what chainage the widening has been taken place. You could also view it under corridor dialog box by going under the edit category. Under this corridor dialog box, choose the corridor and you could see the curve widening. The moment you see, you could see the whatever the values have been considered in order to process this curve widening. You could make the necessary changes over here, which which dynamically updates your corridor. In order to view what is that width of the carriageway being assigned in the curve portion, you could go under the Open Road Modeling Workflow under the Geometry tab, Reports, Station Offset Report. It is asking me to locate an element. I would choose the center line, and the offset element, I would be choosing the widened portion, edge of the pavement, and right click to reset the elements. So it gives the report at the distance offset with respect to your center line. So this is having the same center line. At the second curve, where this is the start of the curve and end of the curve, the widening has been taken place, and this is a tapering portion where this is a transition portion where it is transiting from 3.5 to 3.8 meters. You could view in this way. So in this way, you could review the standards being listed in the C folder. You could assign the same curve widening to your corridor and process it, and the results can be viewed in various methods.